I had some people on and off Instagram ask me how I get the paint off of old photos. So I wanted to do a quick video just to show how it works, what I use, and kind of how slowly I go. The that right there is just water right now. I use rubbing alcohol. I don't think it really matters like what percent it is. Just a little tiny bit in there. Stir it up with your Q-tip. And these photos, the press photos, like the newspapers.com stuff that you get, they're never going to be perfect. Like this one, the paint has worn away at it and made it curl over the years, but you can at least get the paint off of it and scan it and do any restoration from there. Now, I was working on this last night, and the paint was so thick that I had a little bit of the photo flake off right there. So that is always possible, and hey, I've done it too. But at least with that, that's easy to fix in Photoshop. You know, there's nothing major about fixing that. It's not as hard as getting all of this off, or as in the other photo, it was all over her face and that sort of thing. So I just take my Q-tip and do circular just to dissolve some of it. My favorite towels to use, we just call them like flour sack cloths, I guess. They're in the Midwest. I don't know what they're really called, but this one's got paint on it from past uses. So, you know, that doesn't look great right now, but what I like to do is let it dry completely before I come back and touch it up. So, not letting it dry completely will definitely get you that, especially if it's a thick mask of paint on there, which the person that did this one was fond of paint. But they did these sort of to darken photos or highlight them for newspaper printing because, you know, you want a lot of contrast for those black and white photos. So, understandable why they did it. It wasn't always just to, you know, get rid of the perfect flaws, which aren't flaws at all. It was more often to set a contrast. But yeah, you're going to go through probably way more Q-tips than you thought. I'm already getting out a clean Q-tip. And just a little bit at a time. And I'm kind of going back to this area I was at before. It's going to take quite a bit to get off the inside. Oh, that was my cat. The inside mask, because they've also pencil outlined it, which I may or may not be able to get that off, but it's not a big deal. All right, so I'm going to let that dry and come back to that completely. Can move on to, I'm not going to worry about outside. Just don't press too hard, let it go. It'll do its own thing, and then you can always come back. You know, you always want to come back after it's dry. Never just keep going in one spot, because then you will definitely have peeling. It's kind of hard to believe how much paint gets on there. So, yeah, that's about it. Just do a little at a time. It might take hours, it might take 5 minutes. It depends on how much paint they went with. And, yeah. You can, my motto is that you can never go too slowly. You can go way too quickly, though. All right, that's it. I'm going to go finish my Joan Bennett demasking now. Wait, that sounded really bad. Okay, bye.